teacher and a doctor. You just go to same market.
Yes.
You see, but yeah, sometimes Ghana politics is cloudy and baby.
And I know a medical doctor be here or be a pharmacy way in Chewa. Now, Onim Kabore, but listen to what he just wrote about you. Or say, I really like this man. He speaks very well and very respectful. I always like to listen to him. And I know most MPP members like him too. Being congratulations. He's an MPP person, but he has more actually found.
Yeah.
David has some Kwame Kasawi Mikabi. Or say, I thought no, they are saying down. So who's a homaswania kakabin some of Benmua or Shata, then no Brennan once. Yet, our duty is to make sure we enlighten and educate the ordinary Ghanaians. Today we might be in your good books. Tomorrow we might be in your bad books. But truth always stands. Maybe.
That's it. Enti Kawori ama kwa babio.
Yeah bro. Dedi ka ma me fa se da PCA ema one abusua nyina.
Me dey kro ama force me no say. O we bra.
Ba no kro.
Enkra nyina. We are o bra peni ni kwa mtango ana. Na so ma dia fa. E na wan fa de fa. Enti me da se bebre. I think said the bra Kwame Okano the journey goes way back in KNUST.
Yeah.
And I remember Namiti when him say on previous platform, so now I say Oshem Kombi, and I believe these are signs of that prophecy.
Yeah.
Baby, if you know any protocol be apart from God near Brazil, and I know that protocol is even the strongest. And until yeah, my real fear. Na Mpokrani you fear who are Madaroma. We are ready to learn, serve and impact. We know nipa ho adwuma. Nti say wo hwidi tena nipa na matri so a untimi nsom no. Sanso na untimi nsua ade. Eno nti Madaroma ye chia na mwatena yen. That's it's a rare privilege. Na the other man me nka me kwakutu esika na age. Na the man free of charge na say me 200 na mopa. Ye be som na aso nipa ene nyame ani. That's it.
Yes, that's it. Nti Mahmoud Kabore and I in a share we dey just starting point. I can see no anim this year and then so we say fancy prophecy there. So yeah.
Where there is coming
you see
your back cry.
There's one MPP guy be what Techiman on the year MPP for regional secretary.
Yeah.
David watching. There's greatness in that guy.
Okay. We come out I catch me
pa.
Always you keep telling me this.
Because sometimes political parties as communia scouting team be potential leaders in the party one starting the channel. I see greatness in you. They be I see that greatness in you, but you see it take it time and manifest it just once and I start so
it's a process.
How you will conduct and carry yourself na nyankopon no abehwe aka say kwapa no kwafo kiti kra me ma wo ekwohye minister asi dia waye nie na ne mi pagya waye minister na nka say na ne mi pagya wo ba besi o mompani dibire no nka say who knows? It is only in the hands of God. And you know I had to twana mo yi
prophet preacher
me can be che Dr. Nsafoa Poku prempe say omo ben no and get it closer to achewo we did them way back. And my sister be craft frame that man say. Mon get closer because baby na mate no. The na mahu no. Baby all kon great potential. Then so the e won anim no because the bebre e ba na sa wo no gini pa e ben o. Mo nye ne yo do. Yo yes sir. Oh jump Musa say why should I jump? The obuza say how high? Oh you get it. I get from full respect. Oh yeah. Why we hey and you be na me starting who no kure bia ne niam bia enkoso a me start na radio so ka about Nsafoa Poku prempe and almost 7 in them and papa no won hia me kura baby omo kura bo me din obeka say cancel the name ade me nya no bone me gata piano but I saw something time me cast and ban there
yes
but me hu bibia enko yi me raise ye no me nipa bone e nipa na atwa no ho hia na so be careful too about people you surround yourself with. Let them be people that can look into your face and tell you that. Sometimes, I am more almost starting. So we jaw more hope, now fufra. They only know you as Mahmoud Kabore, who speaks for the minister.
That's right.
They don't know your beginning.
Yes.
But they be almost starting because hey Mahmoud, you know your business here.
What are only kwaku? What are only kwaku?
Mahmoud Babi at the starting anyway. Even though you are a man, you want that ego.
As long as you now what the only kwaku?
As I'm a shy book, no crew.
Only Abrampa. What only Abrampa?
Yeah.
Bear 2 decades. Kwaku bet my when Makaje Massa deal with the mentiasi. But me kakrana me do. What
of course.
Yes. And I perfectly agree with you.
Okay. Omambari John Dramani Mahama nkasiye mu ono. Okabibi on lean government. Aban krokroa onye on forming government eye kesiye no go ministers bambala bia amfa mesomo man no ebe wiache no na e de okane niema binom e de beto man no so. Omambari John Dramani Mahama on lean government. Yentie enra sadia ode sansem no enso eto idwa ne enkoyanim only
establishing a robust code of conduct. I have committed to establishing a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials to instill integrity and accountability from day one. On my previous efforts, we have reworked and finalized a significantly improved version of the code of conduct for government appointees. The comprehensive document launched last Monday addresses new areas including a prohibition on purchasing state property direct to the people of Ghana and the world observing our progress. Let me state clearly, we made promises and we have kept them. Our first 120 days have been defined by decisive action, a commitment to transparency, and a relentless focus on laying the foundation for building the Ghana we want, a just, prosperous, and united Ghana. Let me now walk you through the progress we have made on the specific commitments outlined in our 120-day social contract. We promise to form a lean and efficient government. I promise to nominate the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days and to constitute the leanest and most efficient government under the Fourth Republic within the first 90 days. As promised, I announced the complete list of my cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval within the first 14 days of being sworn in. They were all successfully vetted and approved, and they have hit the ground running. Indeed, I have so far appointed only 56 ministers and deputies so far, the smallest number of ministers and deputies appointed by any president in the Fourth Republic. We've also nominated our metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, and they are going through the various phases of confirmation to complete the formation of our governance team at the local level.
His Excellency, the President John Dramani Mahama, on lean government. And
but maybe a data no will not make me agree with them completely. Rakiti, this is a ministry as far as the fight against galamsey is of concern. You buy, and you may be a hobia yankatasem namutu a previous government in 2 years. Clearly, who said that there was no political will to fight the menace, because adia how mine na mampani timidi ni dibre eto so can't see it in time case yes medimakunu akurato so na just I was say a very important agenda of the government, but nkomodi ni anamutu bi esamba aban mu who read you from Paul Boateng report party mpenufo aye interdicte omoni de keka ho a yantimi anya omohwe ama na anye nsenda hobro ni say deterrence to others. Not just said the will, there was no political will. Ohwe nkomodi e cause Charles Bisu Galamsey party here sika releasing excavators back to illegal miners ene ho krodo ba ni nyina na hadwene. Ohwe owura Abujina 2022 statement or the bias akwonta mining made illegal entry to the town on Ibri Forest. Adechi mampani be defend here. Na wa wodi wo akonwa to Sabio you don't quickly come to defend people when you only full scale investigation. Mpokran, I've always said the introduction of LI 2462 undermined the entire fight against illegal mining. And when you know how And Abraham passe sa airline we ape all military attachment to our forest reserves 2022 they withdrew all of them. Nti ma sebe nuanom omo ye kwamboni so sikatu no omo fa ye kwa ebretu no nomom. Ye ba ye out of 288 forest reserve we have. Na galamsey for aduan 9944. They have succeeded depleting up over 5,000 hectares of forest cover. Say the year ball pitch park ya about 27 football pitch, and na omo succeeded in depleting. Nsuomu impunity mining, and then Ghana Water Company say nsuo ya ombetimi dia fa mfidie mu aso so abre ya me ya no mu fie. And they are called industrial purpose and agric purposes. In suitability levels said they are honafano between 0 to 500 NTUs. As we speak, Southwestern Basin who in Subonti Ohonina Sausabia now come measure stability is between 5,000 NTUs to 12,000 NTUs. Last year, Bonsa treatment plant are shutting it down. Bonsa treatment plant alone serves about 75% of residents and what takwa and in important. And then you be saying, "Who's a quite best no more fashion yansu? A brabuma heading ho." So, and unti now a corner a better, and ye no credit your meaning. And quickly, now was here interventions a beboa ama yetimi hwehwan nipa bonfo no fidie. Military attachment no, and they had joint security team, Army, Forestry Commission, Police, National Security. And they most of forests quite brutal mojibo so almost say no. We've been able to flash them out to and yet me a secure sa quite brutal. Near one couldn't be woman. How cry they wouldn't be rem because Galamsey for no anya kukudram anya ammunitions at 2 near Kondiebia. Tamayam say security for no kro munisa akudi eni bi eno na nam so ma ye call offense shelter beds e won carry ha omko twitwa forestry abrante ba kwa no he's still battling for his life e konfa no che enti na mu oden but aban no determine ye no and then me know can say out of the 9 no-go area we've been able to secure 7 of them. 2 operations are ongoing humani edin ukonde ko yi omo ade be tina we na mo ho but ye ma ya ba munye den embu ya egusu ayeye hwe typical example Subri forest kwa ebretu mu na fani say dama ho kwa de okwa ho na wo senke ye no ECOWAS headquarters esi kuro no de abrewa ni nkran o kuro atwa o man Ghana ho asi atwa o man Ghana ho asi nyina afo bi wo ho Burkina fo Nigeria fo Togo fo Benin fo enye koso ho na ehu enye yensuo ni yensa ase keke no mo se no mabunu mabawa na mranti a bi ye Ghana fo bi ya yes say o mabrabo through illicit activities na ya rehosem ene because of the political will ura mahama apanyenya na swafo de share nsa ura makofibua akoma power de sumunti. You disbanded a whole community of about 10,000 people. And then you 2 or more shikurono dreba, ye funtam kurono assassin any a dream yama retaining the forest cover. To take just political will to do this. Because 10,000 people, and yet they are gonna vote 7,000 a woman, that's 7,000 votes. Until we need a political will now through, you are just thinking about the next election and not the next generation. You will not be able to do all of this. Intenozo kakranka kaede yetumie to sana mon. Licensing regime omu collapse system ningina. She say ya to about 7 December. Now after 7 December na ya rush with no regard for due process. Ya swa licenses be breama nkrofo so munku to sika koko. Engagement processes ya they also go through nina and go through. Compliance, mining with compliance rules and regulations. Kofwe kokra enye no omoye bibi foforo. Omo di ana se ebenya sika kokko no ne ye di ade. Edi akọ. Ye ba ye ye hihye ya ye hwe omo activities ya ne mmra ne hihye nya adwuma no. all mining licenses are after December 7th election. And after December 7th date, you revoke all those licenses stand revoked. Woman to me nkonko ye adwuma no pepa so pese utu sikakoko no kwampa so minister Orama Kufubu abi na pona to ho just go through the process. The process no ma ho kwan a and also where to me akona akwakoye adwuma. Existing licenses before 7th December. Ebi mu licenses no all right. But kwan ya omofa so tu sikakoko no nya kwampa. It be no case omo so ya set up committee a di kan ye behwe on krata mu. Say ebia you okay. If we nkrata na be visit our site to ensure say mining in a responsible and sustainable way. So on krata ye what we be na ye ko na kwan si to no reclamation agenda near there onye no na wo ya you revoke that license because that is the only thing amount that social capital who do for the penny cannot put all of us at risk. And yes, you might have the licenses, but when you know said yes no and also this review and failed and also cause to ascertain who is doing what is right and what is wrong. I feel licenses regime nankasa ipesi esesano instead of top to down approach no ipesi a bottom up approach. Obi timi free nkran ba no abet na ohene bi kon so na na yama me license me mine wo krom ha oye tintin kakra akofa motufu aba nti na no se ni nyina abego go de nke o se bi kokona nti at the end of the day now we have to compromise kakra no benya no na chese waye din na o mine with impunity. This time we are forming local mining committees. Nananuma hema assembly members, youth reps, women reps, akuafo hine, religious reps, all concerned bodies at what local level will be part or have a representation on the local mining committee. Omona what the sole power to recommend. Nti wo pe mining licenses akoye no e wo so di kan conform ko convince o mo say wadwumadie no mfa nsonsanso bo na mrekuro no wadwumadie no de mfaso in terms of job creation mebre mabu na wo ho wadwumadie no kuro no chefa benya in terms of social corporate social responsibility wadwumadie in terms of royalties and ananoma hemfu benyani o mo gitum say ye nhyehyeye pa abebo mo na o mo try in the form of recommendation abre sector minister say bra Kwame Tanko ministry die ne licenses awoji nhyehyeye a odi egu akwan mu no ebe boa kuro no aboa mabu no nti no mo na licenses ye ne betimi atena never again say obi be free all in the names or politically exposed na okonantinanti ahemfo so ene mpenimfo so na akofa ohaw bebre ayeden abre nti those are the issues ye digu akwan mu minister sanse waye batampa na oti situation yasi galamsi ya yesi ye flash out the flash out the head ya Ghana vo mabunu bi ho kan na we ni free kwa breto no mu even though oye de ense na emfata na wa man alternative livelihood be a source of livelihood be ano also be another social vice on the street one way awanya roba na okoye bibi foforo enye obia na ne wofa abi store wetna no nye obia na obenya felicitation kwotna no enu nti minister ye nhyehyeye sonko a ye di cooperative mining scheme eba ni nyina ne say e be di market an area e benya sponsors and a group of sponsors mo amaburu no amoho mo nka mo hombom na mo secure the licenses na ye wo local supervisory committee ameka ho asem no omo behwe se mo dwumadi no mfa how bi ama omo na be daily monitoring say mo mining in compliance rules and regulations na aketi nyuma mamrante no a yese omunya kwamboni tu when we are able to put them in cooperative monitoring evaluation and ensuring compliance e ade e beyefo obi ntimi mfa ne pem enkotu sikakoko no kwamboni so ena ebeye wo mo so die.
How different is this one from the community mining that was there?
Good. So community mining and they didn't have any local oversight committee.
Okay.
And most of our activities in some year it's not in compliance. I think that it was more of a dear yemfa who said them can as yemfa and nipa no ase say you deprive them from non mining long time ye kwa baton ye bibi mfa enko dwato then. So the environmental issues that is supposed to be a germane conversation around mining or manhweho. And one saying, and most of this Okasi community mining, who is the sole beneficiary? But cooperative mining, 75% goes to the sponsors, 10% goes to royalty, Nsafoa, 5% goes to NALEP, that is the National Alternative Employment Program. Not 10% akwa assembly. No, ye two. So at the end of the day, almost everybody gets a share. NALEP 5% in economy. And no kakra. Other people go into the cooperative. No more pensa no nyumano. You bet me so they are more skill training in other fields. Almost way to my.
Is that not the same way community mining when it started? They talked about Niamon Shishel more said Ebeya Ebema Bibia Kokama at the end of the day, you know. Na kwa gum.
And I make us say, Adebia Opesa Oyeno, I was a winner watchdogs. Ubia will watch the no Shana Motuno, and they ever started my Madaruma, Mwajatum, Hosu Mobile Hechamaye. And Tinanti and also Sana, Quanwa Yetano Chia, Mobetene. But community mind didn't have anybody are now solely to ensure say you're mining in sustainable and responsible manner. And one say it's a community mining. Yema community in Sundidibi. But this time, me say you will local supervisory committee, Mabobo membership, police commander, BNI, or Mamika say all members of DISEC. Chairman of that committee will be the DCE. Okay. And Anma Himfuum. Secretary of that committee will be the Minerals Commission rep in that district. Okay. Because on the one mining and TSA on the budget now for your other tax force and so on almost later and almost add on just to ensure say more intina Ora Mahama Kache say you know muko you mat because you are mining here. They said they were Greek extension officers and Chebefa mining extension officers just to guide these cooperatives to do what is right. And now no dear na ye kwan ben your first will be betima to scanibi but ne the idea kwan ben your first will be one aduane at the same time ye bebo kuro no nsuwa nsase and quite breed to home. So this is more refined, this is more legal, and this is more sustainable. Me feel say beboa enti mabuno a momwani ya tutu aka munsam no rama kofibu a won hye pa at the moment in that regard. Bit me sanitize yen mining industry. Okay, advanced industrial advancement materials be to say manganese, materials be to say graphite. The demand for it, and yes, a kitwa, ye krum hanso, and on one yeteso yetisikaso. So, and you know, now no minister lead delegation, Ramakofu lead delegation called Paris. Na di racing in a former goodie and some Kwame Befaso and a better na chen ye dizon faso pano. Or catcher said that is a new government position. Say you better diversify your mineral, your friends of value chain. Then go back say over reliance on one mineral, friends speed. Then mumebe ye other minerals are a big wokruma. I don't know who will be now to mean to unison faso. It becomes a neutral staff. And then a resource analysis for unbecant show. But see, whom for so womb need bit me process near this on for so. Why do we over rely on one thing? Na a creative problem crowns why then a dear my say good unqua to me a support close to 15 to 17% of our GDP. Na lithium ye maximize, graphite ye maximize, manganese, bauxite near there. I believe Chrono being in
the mining of gold is easier than the Obobosui.
In fact, yen trying tia, my ninko huntia, and education don't want some course on tia, and our mind also put to that platform to make it to draw in investors.
Okay.
Say investors don't know about it. Say, me you good na buy me by lithium. Na lithium no say na she share papa bobo miner. Mabudo no do no abehunu say sebe enye kwansen ba ko mun kwan na ede. O tra ba before bo say enye ma power ho ede at the moment. So far that has been a milestone. Na e wojidi say it will not be a one night wonder.
Kakran. Tension war. You starting making reclamation.
Yes, and now no make our sister platform be. Say na yeka say obi as won to form agudie biom. Na the havoc that has been committed already. And no kwa ho adwuma na ya adwuma kese pa. Enunti na as part of reclaiming our forest cover no. Ye the Tree for Life initiative. Pa hontuma Forestry Commissioner start here. Yem pese be the normal political gimmicks. And soon to ekra na godua. Also when say you cannot supply and so to water it. Until you push it in a kesepano, they acquire major rainy season. And no say yes, major rainy season enteno. Ne duana drum pempenswa. Ne taproot no bit much as in soon be. Not do no betimi engineer, it be this on for and not say ye kwakwe de it could be na acquire perineal exercise just for political aptitude. No. Second in a year, the modern green economy and conversation I am on board. What about bamboo technology? And near my timidi bamboo pampro. Say ye may any conho now as part of reclamation. No, ye near dua keke, but ye dua benya economic value. Or chana maye a best serve as raw material. They feed certain industry. I don't think they will still remain in the era. Ya farm mabuno plant tree afforestation mabuno near 700 what becomes their lives. No, I will see there will be sustainable jobs for people. And 700 well paying job at least put any panel 2,500 the crown. You matter those in the home here. It's a bit of any panels when near more Chinese and the true bamboo technologies. When you say the bamboo pampro cry something that a bit may replace a substitute for iron rods. A stronger, in fact, we share the lifespan is even stronger than the N1 Kasa because I know it doesn't have rusting effect. But what I say, you bit me the bicycle, you couldn't bicycle, bamboo bicycle. You've seen a lot of them. Yeah. You bit me the Nima who do be brea a bayan faso dear my so you're doing Riano ne, but what you be home. Befitting factory ye the best sankra nipa ni omo mu dua nua no adwuma be kriti omo mu koye adwuma factory no adwuma be kriti omo mbeto factory no niema in the long to medium term omo so adwuma be kriti direct and indirect me feel say ni nyina beboa ye siesie ye kwaye no na ye kriti nyuma afei the land assassin ankasa assassin be wa amana de so no de ahwe nyi so me buy also be reclamation and that is where we are calling on the Ghanaian people. Obi anfa no propose amra. Na yenhwem de beboa sebe obi anim say enya afi na ye beboa kuro no asisi nsase no ho na yedi kosi trasa kodan. But yes obi adidi no fifire ho anamboa. So it should not be something too exorbitant say ho na ye benya wiase ajapade nyina. We should come with the mindset of say person boa sisi kuro. But in doing so no a business to help you stay in business, you know. I was saying so here you will be able to keep yourself in business. Until sa Aquaniano Minerals Commission and other agencies. First the reclamation in forest cover. I don't know any other reclamation in degraded lands in the open. Okay. Until we call by this a monsoon quanta barrier. Left and right in here to 2 manani a day, a whole degraded lands in the open and on Nalep. And into propose and I was say called Nalep. But open say quite to no more DNO and also called Minerals Commission in Ministry. No, nothing in
Are you sure whoever win this battle?
I am an optimist. And me GDN say be anywhere nipa di sida niswa. You to me and we've win several battles as a country. Na a more than saying these galamsey battles. The here yen kabum, the here yen tiasie, the here that fellow failing. Say if it doesn't scare you to believe, say you are in the nearest shortest possible of time. You be crowns who for a manoni and sending no more. I don't know what should scare you again. And until yantias say, who are do for the penwa, would you could to Sikako Kwambone sono? etimi puti wabusuafo nyina at risk dia na wo se oye krado se obeboama saa okun yetimi adisunkunim se uwana mutu bako no ebu puti ukrom nyina for at risk you have to advise yourself so wana mutu bako no a enye kwampa editu sikakoko no se ebu puti on my Ghana nyina at risk you ought to advise yourself enunti se nyina ye ba to that consensus na yenya sa understanding na I feel say it will, in as much as you believe say be a difficult battle no it's a winnable battle and for me most often than not timamofo no blame politicians say if we have the political will Ora Mahama has demonstrated time without number they will ohwe nipa omu constitute the ministries a omu dwumadie fa galamsey kun ho a obi ani ho a obetimi kra dia bono say ono or complice and now interested in anything illegal sabi ura makofibu a di onim no bia nim say nhira bia wo sanya medi hira na doba na wodi bia hira no ntinya afi no be bibi kuntura se kwan so di nsonso be bro man no ansa na wanya na no aduane owura Dr. Omane Boama defense minister one sebi no nonsense person and the one more man he's not for it nti no ntimi nko gina ba bi nko ka say me komo owura Dr. Omane Boama damudie na makoye bone die tia o man nyina o hwe obi zo owura mutaka mubarak interior posifo hye sabi ba bi wodro no obi anim asawazi yentu galamsey ho nti se watimi abono bra bedrum pempenso ene wanfa kuntu na se kwanso na nyame nhira korogin menye so se nne na obaje adamudi ama yalusu fight hwe obi te se mutalam when you listen to their names you know these are people omoti adwuma na se omo pepade ma oman no na omo nye krado se omo beji based on selfish interest biano to jeopardize the whole fight against illegal mining and no kwa ya hotoso shonko at the mining and I believe what you know say politically you are powerful irrespective of which political party you belong to. Do you say with this political perception no a year you man too hufo wow feel so him be ba patch am too hufo wow feel say a soft will be a do the idiom ba patch am too hufo and now feel say with the wash out that susika no won the dama ndi e ban ye yire so pass wa udisika be selitro too hufo because Nanano Himfo has made it clear, so Omunye interested. A software has made it clear, so Omonso so. Ghana Funina has made it clear, so Omonso, and that is the position of government. Yenso so o try Hombecho, and now no other Abujina po kotre far contamine ho. She 2 million kukudura around to me the Becasa. But then a call ye review. If who sa contamine in the Juma Dinogram family Quamwa. Basing they are revoking the lands. What an kasa? It goes to tell somebody who is powerful than the state. State no nanya on tokwa. Wow, best standing in that line biano. Humbeti machro. And yen kan huna Ghana for. When you are assure every Ghanaian why a crowd say upese utusika koko kwampasono. Abanyi and the ministry Urama Kofibua. And then a pamphlet in a crowd. Say emwa bia wase de boa na sa ni so de hunu no bam na o man no kra nyam fa so free mu no we are ever ready once you are in for responsible and legal mining we are ever ready to support you as a Ghanaian.
All right,
nemum we are wadwen say we be illicit activity na wa put ye nyina at risk wo de ye nyina kra yesunsum ni apom ni ato sonye so dia first ye be ma wo mu activity no a high risk venture for you when we are switching a bit free muabano unchirima or nana and cancer baba bekai so we in here papaya nana koye ya asutwe ya be a case on the family don't venture or standing in the liar me.
Yes. 288 forest reserve 44 under serious attack 9 completely taken by illegal miners. Metiase is a much 7.
Yeah.
A man for your critics, most much by 7 7 forests now most magic.
Oh, say Namdika can categorize it be as no go area. and on out of the 9 yaji 7 the rest crowd there we flash out to we don't need because hono na omo hono said that nye omo ye kitikiti. So even the forestry commission alone were able to flash them out. 7 now make one 7 subri
Okay.
1
Okay.
subri extension you 2
Okay.
offense shelter reserve 3 and my memo the right because
as a critics need the bomb to say kasara na mo kasa
no
when you pragmatic measures
no
and yakwa kwaje mo so amon kwaje hwe omo mo ntimi mo bo areas na makwa kwaje
I've given you ye wo and ye wo tano anwea e wo enchi hono
okay.
And I think other 3.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, my phone, I'll get you the so these are and other auxiliary forests are and no serious like fan maybe to say opro, maybe to say apramprama, maybe to say Atiwa Range Forest, maybe to say Afao Hills. Bibi to say Evalo Jomoro, all of that. Nina and Yatimia then a flashy galamseers and number of them. Oko Sebe would him say Unia Bako and Nije some of these and Komodi Pai Ura Erastos Asaridonko. Most of them Yakoyo operation not here and the Oyo available information about opposite on social media until go for Muji can even verify. And in the coming days, here who say a challenge for Ghanaian people no will publish those forest reserves. Na abua manipa hunu baby a free ba baby a bedru and the baby a yeko. Said him dika kan no. Ebi am so official tablet ya reclaim. Maybe I run and you be the asoso bi ni akuma bi akwache ba bi ni ade okohunu na don't mean can say it's never true say yes, so what I say and one so we prompt information na yetimi asa akoye den akwakoyu don't mean for soldier for ni na nkogu kwa yemu forever it's huge cost ndi na yeboa na ye den kotosre ma community no and Ghana for nyina
now you want who say boss was it relevant
it was
a sector minister, a cabinet minister crying on TV, on radio, as if say, I'm was one mean man.
It was issues that borders on sensitivity. Funina ye travel galamsey hui, ninsunsanso e de bro my Ghana no. Se ushe no in a form of video. Na amubu. Na is a winini patibia. That's right. Senior. To the extent water treatment plants are being shut down. Me amete ha nenwa me ye minister. Ora makofibuo wo ye minister. Ni mfie no kone na no ada no wodi ni 6 ni birthday. Na onya nsu no because of adverse impact of galamsey. Na obu nkompo bisa no se na me mano amawo mo na nuro mo so na aduru sen. Na me nana no mo nuro mo so na aduru sen. We've not even talked about the chemical pollution, mercury, cyanide, hydrocarbons, the public health and safety issues in it. Senior, Sasa Niema way and Timia Mubua. Unini Patibio.
So the cry was meritable.
So he was just being sensitive to the real issues on grounds. And as a jar, or drinking the maho, not ordering the man for hono. Senior Rebel. You lead a population of about 32 million. A majority of this population are people in deprived communities. Only source of livelihood is stream water. Now, Nessa stream water I say stability is in thousands. Yentimi NCC in Suno Momon Wa when say Sebi Nipa Wanyarens Wokwaku Aquabium. Okwaku onyare okwaku so what I say now we are the sector minister Sunu was not even enough to be very honest with you and enough wa wodi party bia mo bia no hu sa niamai na obu nkompa you should be able to be sensitive enough I will say bubu na media me feel say that was a sign for Ghana for to know and understand Babi Ejina. Let's not criticize. Let's understand from the perspective of a sensitive leader. Obi a odwene ne man ho. Obi a onfa ho de nko onfa ho. At the end of the day, you can say no obi ankranzu ofira man na mara Ghana ha menum ama Kofi bu abetimi akra bi abenom. But me ma me adwo atante me nkra bi. Ono woni Kumasi ade go ndimi nkra bi na aburuchira de. So he was being empathetic, placing himself in the shoes of the teeming, vulnerable people. Sa enyema boni omo na eka omo kane kra ansana aka the middle and the upper class.
Akonta mining goes to court. Almost say no maybe a market can form who papa. They are going for 20 million Ghana cedis. Say that be most market form who no. It's not true. If you look at press conference, if you listen to the minister and smoke can it go to a point that they see you in enforce of more contaminating by Bontebe Kasai. Do you feel and think that it was a nice approach to deal with it?
Okay, so we company ne Lawson. And we be say adwuma dia wudi enya papa. Eno ye one. And we on pakro no say enya papa ntimaje o license me ma onya adwuma biem. Keeping you out of business. E katwitwi di emfaso anka o say wunya. Between going to court to get your license and between going to court on a so-called defamation issue. They are
personal discretion.
Senior, it's
true.
I am telling you on a fact. Sakonta really have any evidence? They will chase their licenses, which brings them revenue. Canadian one here. Say, Yemo be quine. Akonta, yes, has every legal document as far as mining is of concern. Mining licenses. But adia with me, environmental and a forest permit, entry permit. Only be. The level of skill no person why mining. We hear the event of parliamentary ratification. Only be. And when you don't have these things, at the level scale no person why any other activity he does is illegal. In his so-called defamation in hasn't been able to provide any parliamentary ratification document.
Maybe a court of competent jurisdiction will determine it.
And then I'm saying, Ghana, we don't have 2 minerals commissions. Just 1 minerals commission. And that commission is an agency under Ministry of Lands. Sa commission no a show Rama Kofi Boase no commission no the necessary information about. Sa commission no a forestry commission no or the necessary information. In fact, office no ba ku ni forestry commission ba ku ni owura ontumi fie. It's just one. Tiba bi otimi concoct any document. We go into our archives. But in Sri Lanka rather say we have a political party, a government with political will. Our own rule will be irrespective of your political reach.
Right. Mahmoud, Bruno, I think you've given us enough of way about mining.
Yeah.
And how best you bet you are ama yetimi see illegal mining or you bringing to the minimum barrels a year.
That's right.
Now, before I go in just about 2 minutes, so far you okay with how His Excellency the President, aside most sector, the other sector, finance sector, if you like, health, education, all the other sectors, no, you think he's doing well, more government country well?
So far, so very good. Mean to me, say prekope mana eto my Ghana ni bi okoto aba ma NDC bia no woni susu dua bia ogina so de koto aba na ma yen metumi akasa abrabo mu sakraye asase a eba
okay
enu mpempen so aye pedie nanso we no kra ya rehemu kese de ama yen se ye kukuru mponi na niema eye for the better no ye so a ebe yi pa nti the destiny of this country, the success of this country lies in the womb of time. And I shall say paint a certain picture, say, yenam control do a ye kobo assassin so. CD, it takes strategic leadership. Physical discipline, a contribute. Issues of good board, a contribute. any other auxiliary. Ebi mu kind of external factors. In an economic discussion, no, you don't rule out external factors completely from the equation. But in as much as external factors bear contribution be to it, no, I believe there have been some local strategic steps. And on 5 times on a row, petrol swati. Till then now, France, they auto petrol 1 gallon 70 Ghana, no, and they were 58 Ghana. Till day we used to 10 gallons, so Mahama the 1.2. 120 Ghana cedis. She no kutukum. So what I say? Now no na me call markets. After I say any ekoto iron rods 1 ton. You say 9,600. Just enra me bisa obi. Also we say between the amount 87, 86. So say there's a reduction of about 9.8 to 10.4% reduction. Kakran. Look, me bracket na after I say oh cra bibi wa mono into here $10,000. Nanka we hear about 1.65 million Ghana cedis. And they 12.44. What it means is that you need about 1.24 million Ghana cedis. About 410,000, 4.1 billion. I am for so dear the amount. In Kenya, me want say importers say start stability we ni omotna kakra. In 2 months time, our old stock no more than no ensa. No mo sanko fad ni ma from rano. It will reflect the current dollar rate. A bebo mo sweaty me hwehwe so. Ti break pardon you turn 1.5 for now. Maybe you do meet me the amount 1.2. Na chenkani ni so ahwe break pad bo so atie spare parts bo so atie na petrol bo so atie no so timi di ate lorry fare so. Na duane no so ifira kura se ba no ne bo so atimi eden ate. Ntin kakran Ghana for here da o ma say. It's been 120 days of solid support, cooperation, and then prayers. Ghana for attire church dapa. Omo abo echi dom ne mpaye pa. Omugusu any abino edi kahibum. Okay. The best sense ye kwe ni nyina no omo tonko so ntaye chi. Na ye nyina no ye nkonko den. Bibia ni ho a nipa odisi wani so a ontumi enye. Na de midi twa to okra. Issues at Gold Board. And then, after the 30th April deadline, Ghana, in terms of gold trading and export, is now the sole responsibility of Ghana Gold Board. So we Ghana ni, and now we manfra ni or free baby buyer. And you do no. Who will be a Connie Gold Board and Cotton Kese. All right. Now how can I be your best price? So for Kuntuna sequence. Ekodi kuntuna sidwa na yensa so mu a emrano no bede ebedi udwatre nyina ye beje di amount mine confiscation and handing over to the state and no cry be boama me bracket o be reclamation na oniska ebiti mama obesia we your reclamation we be betua because we want to plow back those illegal confiscation na be no into reclamation agenda aboama yetimi asisi yensa ase ene ye kwabre to we die friendly kokobo. If you want to stay in the business, register with Gold Board. With my buyer, with my tier 1 buyer, tier 2 buyer, with my aggregator. And kofa kuntuna sequence kodidwa edi oka eni o how ebebro. Me that's bebre.
Me that say nyame enshaw onka ho na omwa na obi bia obe bia no Franko. Oba enye yie mfama.
Amen.
Mahmoud Kabori.
Yes.
Amanfo bako say tell Mahmoud I'm a driver. I need to drive a job. They don't be nowari o. We would have it. Bunya tell me brand why. Na with time no nyama kon anymore.
Yeah, bompire.
Mo bia why so mo bua mo bia.
That's right.
I'm go said you party card.
I'm ready to.
The big Kabori.
Yeah, bompire.
The Kabori